Hello everyone, thank you for watching the interview video. I'm Atsushi, the organizer of DevRelKaigi 2025. It is an international developer relations conference from Japan, Tokyo, and we will hold it on October 2nd to 4th, 2025. In this interview session, talking with Eeshaan Sawant as one of the amazing speakers of it, about what you can expect to hear from them regarding the session. We hope it be helpful for you to attend the conference. So I welcome the Ishan on the stage. Hi
Hello,
Ishan, how are
everyone.
you?
Hello. I'm good, Atsushi. Thank you for inviting me. And first of all, it's a huge pleasure that I'll be speaking at DevRelKaigi 2025 edition. And I'm really excited for it as well.
Thank you so much. So we are starting the interview. So could you please introduce yourself at first?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm Eeshaan Sawant, and I come from India. I've been born and raised in India. I recently graduated, so I think probably around April I finished my graduation. I majored in computer science. And yeah, pretty much I got into open source in my second year. And then open source contributions led me to CMCF. And then I started contributing to Cloud Native Computing Foundation. So I was a maintainer in like in a couple of projects. And then I was also a community manager. So that's kind of very related to what DevRel is. And then yeah, I was a community manager for 3 4 months. And then after that, I stepped down and so that's where I was, and I started my journey as a community manager. So I was a community manager at an organization under CNCF called Meshery, and I was the community manager for 3 4 months, and then after that, I thought, okay, maybe let's try something else because I was just in my college years and I was figuring out stuff. So, but maybe let's try something else, and I stepped down as a community manager and got into OSPP. So it's basically open source promotion plan. It's a Chinese open source kind of a competition. And in that, I got selected as a mentee in OnlyOffice. Now, OnlyOffice is an open source office suite. It's like it gives you editors for your documents, spreadsheets, and all of that. So I got selected as a mentee there, and I was working on this macro, like an advanced macro you have for your spreadsheet and all of that. So I was working on that, and I worked on Open API and REST API and all of that. And I was a software intern there. But then later, again, student, and I was figuring out my life, and I asked the team at OnlyOffice that whether you have an internship role open after the mentorship tenure is over. And then I got a software intern. I was a software intern, like as a mentee, and then I got into technical writing right after that. So that is where I began my journey as a technical writer. Okay, and surprisingly, I thought, okay, technical writing is good. I mean, writing content and writing about code and all of that is it's something that really works with me and really excites me. And it was going pretty well, until 2024. But in 2024, I get this conference about technical writing. So it was called Write the Docs Australia, and it was all about technical writing. So what I did was I submitted a CFP for Write the Docs Australia and got in. Now I was pretty surprised because that was my first CFP that got in. So again, yeah, that was my first talk. I told my organization about it. They're pretty happy about it, and they just were very supportive and they sent me to Australia. And that's when I figured out that okay, speaking at conferences is something that I like and something that genuinely interests me and helps me reach out to a lot of people in those 30 or 35 minutes, whatever the talk is. And then after that, my company was very supportive and they said that, okay, maybe if conferences is what you like, you can do conferences, you can submit to CFCs or you can go to conferences. Even we have a lot of exhibitions, as Only Office has a lot of booths at a lot of tech events around the world. So they even sent me to a few of them. I was in the India Soft edition in Delhi. I was at Bangalore last year. And right now, I just finished BookCon 2025 and I'm right now in Nepal. I'm sitting in a cafe, as you can see. So yeah, that's how I got into DevRel. And all of this and a little bit about both of the roles. So I'm still a technical writer just for a lot of people. Uh, I would like to tell that I'm still a technical writer, but I'm also doing my DevRel duties. So it's kind of now I've become a staff technical writer. So I have 3 or 4 people who write content, and I just make sure that the content is right and it goes well on the website and all of that. And yeah, I'm a full-time DevRel now. Mostly, I go to conferences, I submit CFPs. I'm going to start working on YouTube videos soon for our organization. So yeah, that's great.
Okay, thank you so much. And I have some question for you. And you said you write now open source softwares and you work at the Only Office. It's an open
Yeah.
source office suite. So, what do you type of open source software do you like?
What type of open source software do I like?
Yeah, like Kubernetes or like
Oh, I see, I see, I
WordPress
see.
or something.
So I think because I've been in open source long enough, I think an open source software, which I think is good and what I like, is someone who, which a software or an organization which welcomes contributions from everyone, first of all. Second of all, an organization where, it's not only just major issues or hard to solve issues, but it's also simple issues and like a kind of multiple repositories, not only one repository that's very populated, and also also organizations where you would get a lot of personal growth and benefits out of contributing. So based on what I said, I think some of the great open source organizations right now, I would say one is Kubernetes. Of course, it's going to be on top right there. So Kubernetes is a great organization, open source organization. I would say uh, we have other organizations as well, like maybe in the CNCF Foundation, Istio is good, even Kiverno is good. All of these are CNCF, and right now I'm an LFX mentee for Pipe CD, and Pipe CD is a really good open source organization as well. If you see, so yeah, basically all the organizations under CNCF and the LFX uh, are good. If you talk about open source, but I'm sure we have other open source. I think Nextcloud is a good open source software. If we talk about something outside of the Kubernetes and the CNCF landscape, Only Office is of course there. I was just trying to avoid the name because I'm from Only Office, but yeah.
I see. Thank you so much. And now we are moving to the next topic about your session. So your session title is building API experiences. Oh, so sorry. What if your DevRel could also write PS the secret weapon in DevRel, right? So
Yeah.
you are community managers. You are community manager at Only Office, but you send a
Oh no, no.
proposal to write it.
I'm a developer advocate at Only Office. I was a community manager at National.
I see. And you
Yeah, yeah,
also write in a document as technical writer, right?
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Mhm. I see. So please, could you please introduce your session, especially any points you want to share with your audiences?
Definitely. At first, I was just really surprised that I saw a title that I did not submit for, and I was like, "Oh no, this is not my title. What do I speak about?" But yeah, it was the wrong title. So yeah. So my title is "What if your DevRel could also write?" And I've termed it as the secret weapon in DevRel. So what I mean here is that I have been a technical writer all my life. I mean, for for whatever term I was in software, and as my journey in early office began, I would have been a technical writer. Even as a software intern, I was mostly and heavily focusing on documentation as well. So I've been a technical writer all along. And uh, recently, when I transitioned into a DevRel or maybe a developer advocate position, or let's say even technology evangelism role, it's something that comes under DevRel. And I've been a community manager before as well. So what my talk focuses on is that what if a DevRel is your technical writer? I mean, what if your DevRel is someone who knows about your docs, or what if your DevRel is someone who has just been a technical writer before, or just been a technical writer in your company? And I talk about how it will benefit your organization and why you should adopt this policy where a DevRel should also know about docs, not only software. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I have
Thank you.
some question about your session. So do you have any ideas to easy to understand documentation for writings?
So can you repeat your question? Easy to understand documentation?
Yes, yes. So how to do that by your
So
writing?
yeah, so I always keep telling people that okay, so I was just at as I just said, I was at UbuCon, right? UbuCon Asia 2025 edition, and it was happening in Nepal, and there were all these experienced software developers, Ubuntu and Linux practitioners, and I was just having a debate with someone that what if he just said, okay, I think technical writers shouldn't exist, engineers should just document their own code. And when I said it's not that. So what technical writers do here is that your technical writer is basically someone who makes your software understand and makes it understand it to everyone. So basically, it's not about writing about something or writing about a code. It's
Mm,
about writing it in a way that not only you but all the other people and someone who's reading your documentation for the first time understands it. And the best way to write easy to understand documentation, in my opinion, is to
mhm,
just make it simple. No fuss words,
mm.
no formatting here and there for no reason, and just no heavy words and no dashes and not using
Yeah.
not using colons and all of that. It's just keep it simple. So if you're documenting
Mm,
about an API, just say okay, this API, this and this. That's it.
mhm.
Just don't make it complicated. The more you make it complicated with a lot of words and symbols, the more it's going to be harder to understand, is what I think.
I see. So, and one more question. So, most of products have several various documents like API documentation, getting started, or a tutorial, or sometimes we wrote in a blog article. So, which document do you think are particularly important?
That's a good question. So, as a technical writer, I've done all of it. I've documented APIs, I've written blogs, and what other things did you say? The writing a code, was it?
Like
Mhm.
API documents, tutorial, blog article, getting started, or some
Yeah,
various.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So definitely, definitely. So I think I've done all of it. I've been long enough as a technical writer to having been done all of it. So I've done all of it, and I think all of them require equal skill and equal time. So it's not like you might have seen, okay, just copy it and put it onto AI and generative machine. That's something
Mm,
that does not reach with the user. So you can write AI, but that's something only you understand. You cannot reach it. You cannot make that content reach to your end user. So you have to write it yourself, and all of it, I think, requires equal time and efforts. But I think if you still ask me, writing blogs is still fun and
mhm,
something that you can get along with and keep writing. But if you talk about API documentation, you have to put in a lot of head into that because you have certain formattings in API documentation. You can't miss that. You also have inclusivity checks that you need to run, whether this is addressing all the audience and whether everyone is included and whether this is the right formatting. So I think yeah, API documentation requires you with a more calmer head and a calmer mind. So yeah, that's
mhm.
something I would keep for my productive day. Whereas blogs is something I can just get along writing anything and anytime. Just
Mm,
yeah. So I think yeah, API documentation is one of the more harder documentations that you do because it requires a lot of brain, mental
mm.
work.
I see. Okay, so thank you so much, Ishan. So I also believe writing is very important for developer relations. So I'm really looking forward to your session in the conference.
All right, definitely. Yeah, let's make DevRel Kaigi great together and looking forward to see you all at DevRel Kaigi.
Yeah, thank you so much for today's interview, and I hope you will also enjoy the conference and during stay in Japan.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super excited. Great.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you, Ishan.
All right.
So
I'll see
see
you.
you
Yeah.
soon. Yeah, see you
See
soon.
you soon. Bye bye.
Bye. So, okay, everyone's how about the interview? So, I will announce it again. Our conference, DevRelKaigi 2025, will be held on the October 2nd to 4th, 2025 at Tokyo. Tickets now on sale. We hope for your attendance. See you next interview.